Inoue versus Steve Fulton post-fight recap. A couple thoughts. First and foremost, what did we think about the fight? Right? Great fight. A lot of us had mixed decisions on how the fight was going to go. A lot of people had Steve Fulton, right? A lot of people had Inoue winning this fight. I thought this fight was going to go the distance. I had Inoue winning this fight. Thought it was going to be a close fight. Then the fight started and I saw the second round, the third round, and I was like, wait a minute. Steve Fulton has been getting hit a lot more than we've seen him get hit, at least for me, at least this early in the fight. He wasn't elusive. The speed was not the same. It was just a much different fight than what we anticipated. A lot of people were saying, man, Fulton's going to use his size, going to use his reach and all of the physical advantages of being the naturally bigger guy in this fight to his advantage. And when the fight started, he was hesitant, a little gun shy. Moments when he would be on the inside, but he was afraid to let the hands go. A lot of people were talking about Woods Inoue's power translate over to 122-pound division. A lot of people in the comments going back and forth. And for me, as I said in the video, look, the power is going to translate. It's not going to be a problem, right? Because this is a guy who started at 108 and kept moving up and kept moving up and kept moving up. And the power has always seemed to translated the more he went up other divisions. So for me, I'm like, man, 4 pounds, the power is going to be good. He is going to be that same powerful Inoue that he has always been. The interesting part about that fight, man, was the speed difference. Man, I think Steve Fulton got into the ring and did not expect how fast and efficient Inoue was. Yeah, we've been hearing about the power. We know he has the power. Fulton knew about the power, but I don't think he was expecting the speed level to be that big of a difference. And Steve Fulton, the guy's always had that speed advantage to him, always been a great counterpuncher, always had that extra edge to him. And in this fight, it's like, Inoue came in and you could see like, wait a minute, this guy's speed is different. The agility is different. The anticipation is different. The traps that he was setting is different. I said in the video, a lot of people always talk about Inoue's power, but he has more than just power. The man is a very good boxer. The man sets amazing traps, right? He baits you into the positions that he wants to put you in. He does a lot of things from a psychological standpoint to put you in the positions where he can dominate. And that's exactly what we saw in this fight. I thought it was going to go the distance, but after the fourth round, I was like, yeah, I don't think this one's going to go the distance, man, because it just looked like Steve Fulton, for whatever reason, was just hesitant, right? Maybe he felt the power, maybe he felt certain things, and he was just like, man, I got to find different ways how to beat this guy. But he didn't really make any adjustments in that fight. I'm never going to say that a fighter of Fulton's caliber can't make adjustments. He's done that in so many different ways, so many different fights. But this fight, man, he was having issues with the speed. And I think that was the thing that made it harder for him to make adjustments, right? Not to mention how poised Inoue was. I don't think there's anyone as accurate and as sharp as Inoue is right now. And I'm a guy who thinks Shakur Stevenson is one of the best fighters in the sport today, one of the sharpest fighters in the sport today. But Inoue might have taken that spot, man. I mean, he made a great fighter in Steve Fulton look basic. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Steve Fulton was the guy that I was expecting to come out and outbox Inoue and to put on that type of clinic. But man, Inoue just came and he outworked, outperformed, outskilled a very skillful fighter. That was one of the best performances that I've seen of that cat, man. And yeah, he's a problem. He's the real deal, right? We already knew that, right? But you want to see how he was going to be in another division against a guy who was one of the tops in the division, moving up another weight class, right? A lot of people saying, man, Inoue hasn't really fought anybody. Well, you can't really say that now. You can't really say that now, right? And it does not make Steve Fulton a bad fighter. The man is a very great fighter. but it just goes to show how good Inoue was, especially on that night. Every fighter is only as good as their last performance, and Inoue's recent performance happened today. Yo, that was a great, spectacular performance, man. Like, my wife came out and she doesn't even really watch boxing, right? And my wife is a former world champion in track and field. So she's a high level type A type of person when it comes to from the athletic standpoint. And she came and watched the fight and she said, whoa, yo, this guy is fast. This guy's different. Everybody can see that. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to make things a lot more interesting, man. Many people consider him the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. And it's hard not to argue right now that he isn't that. Yeah, we got Spence and we got Crawford coming up, and that may determine that. But man, right now, I don't think I've seen anyone as sharp as Inoue is, man. It was a great fight. I don't really have anything bad to say about it, but wanted to get each of your thoughts on the fight and let me know what stuck out to you. We also got to quickly touch on Robeisy Ramirez and Shimizu. I mean, I said in the video personally, from what I saw, I felt like Robeisy was going to stop that cat, right? I just felt like he had the height advantage, the reach advantage, but not as skilled, kind of slow, not as skilled as Robeisy. And it showed, man. The moment that Robeisy was going to close the gap, it was only a matter of time before it was over with. And again, another spectacular performance from Robeisy Ramirez really goes to show that he's continuing to improve and continuing to really get confident in his power. We know he's skilled. We know we can box. We know all of that great stuff. But, man, this is a guy whose power is starting to translate with that boxing IQ and skill. Very, very, very dangerous fighter. Another great performance from Robeisy Ramirez, man. But, man, a great performance from both Ramirez and Inoue, man. Inoue wants to become undisputed. I think that is going to be a result that is going to happen in the near future, man. The man's a special fighter, man. It was a great performance. Nothing more to it. The man is the real deal. And you have to respect what he was able to do coming up another weight class, right? And getting the belt from the guy who owned 2 of those belts and was one of the tops in that weight class. And he was on a lot of people's pound for pound lists, right? So it does not make Steve Fulton any less of a great fighter, but it goes to show how much of a talent and fighter and greatness that Inoue brings into the fight, man. Fulton is a great fighter. But on this night, Inoue was a greater fighter. And him making the #1 pound for pound list whenever it comes out, there is no argument that he should not be that he shouldn't be either 1 or 2, depending on what happens versus Spence and Crawford, man. But what are your thoughts on this fight? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. If you would like to support the channel, there's a couple ways you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Any amount goes towards the growth of this channel, and it will be greatly, greatly appreciated. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video, this time do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.